So I posted a few notices on our Facebook page that it's, registration has been going on for our cover school since July. We're winding down. I guess you can always, withdraw from public school or private school if you decide to homeschool and transfer in that way. But as far as getting started for the new year, we officially start back in September. So we are getting ready to take off full force with that. If anyone's interested in having the Rock Christian Academy cover your homeschool family, message me on our Facebook page for the details. I can email you the registration forms, or we can meet somewhere in Wetumpka or Eclectic, somewhere close by, and fill out those forms. It's $50 per year per family. And that is to cover stamps and ink and paper and all for sending out newsletters, and we are non-accredited. And I kind of went back and forth on this. Each year I have checked into getting accredited because I know a lot of parents, that's a concern for them. I just can't bring myself to do it. For one, I know that people think that colleges favor accreditation heavily, and I guess they do to some degree, but your kids can still get into college without it. That's the point. They act like they won't be able to. Colleges act like they won't be able to, but they can. There's kids all the time going to college that come from homeschool or private schools that are not accredited. And really, accreditation is supposed to be a stamp of approval on your teaching methods and your curriculum on your school, and basically all it is something you pay for. It does not mean that your school is up to par, up to college standards, or that your curriculum is superior. As a matter of fact, a lot of public schools are not accredited, but that whole process is really just about a company getting your money. And although they check out your curriculum and they may send someone in to kind of gauge how you function as a school or as a homeschool unit, it really does not mean that you are some superior source of education and that your child will be more college ready if there's accreditation. But if you do have a preference for that, if it's something that you just cannot let go of and you have to have your child there, then our school obviously would not be the best choice, because I think the step of approval comes from the parent. And I don't need anyone else telling me that I am approved to adequately teach my child. So I chose again not to go with accreditation. If you're covered under our school, that makes you eligible to go on all our field trips with us. I'll send out notifications about field trips, but I will say this: you are responsible for your child's behavior. If your child acts like a hellion and interrupts and interferes with the fun and learning of the other students, you will be asked to take the child and leave and not bring them back on another field trip until they can behave. It is up to the parents to make sure their child behaves. We offer tutoring. We charge $15 per hour for our families if they're covered under us, $25 per hour if you are a non-member, but you still would like tutoring. And I will, there's a couple of sites that you can find me on to register for tutoring, and also you can message me on our Facebook page as well. Parties and events, celebrations. We have Halloween parties, Christmas parties, just fun days sometimes we'll set aside. If you are a member of our school, those are free. You may have to bring a snack or something to participate, to add to the participation. But as far as a cover charge, there is not one. We have academic and art workshops. The cost varies on those because we will have some of our parents that often will teach those, and the cost will depend on what that parent charges. And the parents of the students attending will be responsible for buying supplies. The teachers or parents who are proctoring the classes will not supply all of the students' supplies. We do keep records. Now, let me preface this by saying we don't keep records. We don't produce the records for what the child does at home. The grades that's assigned to the child, the amount of days that's assigned to that child, what goes on the transcript, that is to be turned in to us by the parent. The parent assigns all that, and then we keep an official record. So should they graduate and go into college, or should you decide to transfer back to a private school or a public school, we'll have those records with our official letterhead to send to the schools. We will send the paperwork needed for the county to notify them that your child is enrolled. We'll take care of all that. But as far as keeping records of stuff, whatever we get from the parent, that's what will transfer out when it's requested. Withdrawals and truancy, we don't report truancy unless we're asked. For example, we had one family who they finished out the school year with us, but then they didn't come back, but they didn't re-enroll with us, and they didn't withdraw. So we had to send a notification to the county saying, hey, these children are no longer enrolled in our school. We had another incident where we were home with this one girl back when we had our day school. She just quit coming. Her parents didn't they never sent in records. She quit coming. She was truant. The school district contacted me because they had already contacted the parents, and the parents told them she was enrolled with me. And so when the school officials contacted me, I had to tell them, no, she has not been here. I've sent notices to the parents. She's not been here in probably 3 months. And I did find out the family did get in trouble for truancy. But that's on the parents. The parents' responsibility to make sure the child's in school. And we're not going to lie for any of our parents, and we're not going to create false documents. Had one family homeschooled through the whole year, but they never sent me one grade, never sent me one attendance report to tell me how many days they had been in attendance for their daughter. And then when she got ready to transfer her senior year back to public school so she could walk with the senior class, they contacted me wanting records. Well, I had no records to send them because the parent had never sent me a grade, never sent me an attendance report. And the mother just, she cussed me out because I would not make up false records. That's not my place. My place is to transfer or send out what the parent sends me. And so we will not lie. Absolutely know that going into this. Like I said, it's $50 registration fee, $50 registration fee per family, but it's a $25 withdrawal fee per student. If they stay with us through graduation, we will have a ceremony. It's a $10 graduation fee. And then we also offer music classes. Music classes are in 30-minute segments. It is $15 per segment for members, $25 for non-members. And then, like I said earlier, all of our cover school students are eligible to go on our field trips with us, but the parent has to pay the cost, and the parent has to chaperone the child. I don't want to sound mean, but this is not a babysitting service, so we can't pile a bunch of kids in my vehicle and me try to enjoy a field trip and learning with my kids and grandkids if I'm having to referee and babysit other children. So the parents have to take their child in their own vehicle with them, and then we'll all meet together. This sounds terrible. I'm really not trying to, I promise. But the whole point of this, and it's our purpose, is fivefold, and that's educational assistance. We're here to assist the parents in educating their child, not do their job for them. And that's the way our school was originally set up. And then, I had several people ask me about the day school, about starting a Christian school, and I did that. And it was still supposed to be to help the parent in their homeschooling endeavors, even though I had their children 3 days a week, which eventually turned into 4 days a week. And it was supposed to just be until 1 o'clock. Then it got moved to 3 o'clock. And then people were calling me, hey, I need to go shopping before I come home. Or, hey, can I go buy groceries? Or, hey, I'm going to go out with my friends and, we're going to grab a bite to eat. And I would have children in my home until 6 and 7 at night. So this is to assist, and then it got to where they weren't paying me either. So that's one of the reasons we cut out the day school, because I think every family I had eventually quit paying, because I was their friend, most of them, and friends are supposed to do everything for free. So a lot of things went into us closing down the day school, but I'm trying to start this again in the right way. And I'm not going to say we'll never have the day school again, but it'll have to be where there are funds so I could pay the extra teachers. I had another teacher with me before. None of her parents paid her. Well, I take that back. One did. And they even paid her when they quit paying me. But still, that wasn't enough for her to survive on. She had to have a job. So we're here to assist the parents. And please forgive me if this sounds harsh, because I don't mean for it to. But the facts are just the facts. It's the way it is. Our the purpose is to equip parents. If you need help, if you want training, if you just want support, if you want somebody to pray with you, we're there for that. We're here to encourage families. When you're having a bad day or you're down, and we send out newsletters, and we'll have the website. I will be this week be getting lessons up to start in September, and I'll be starting with younger grades, and I'll be getting lessons up, and you can access the videos and worksheets and stuff to help you in your homeschooling endeavors. We want to empower communities. The strongest communities are made from strong families. And that's what I want to see. I want to see families being strong and being passionate about the blessings that God's given them, and taking the role of parenting so seriously that the forces of hell couldn't stand against them. And we want to edify Christ in all we do. So you pray for me, and I'll be praying for you. And should you decide to enroll with us, and we'll go on this homeschooling journey together, helping each other. There will be a dress code for field trips and workshops. What you do at your home is your business, but when you're on school events, parties, whatever, the hair has to be neat and kept out of their eyes. Don't bring any students in with their hair stringing down in their eyes. No cleavage or short shorts. And I shouldn't have to say give you a description of what short shorts are. People should be able to figure that out. Clothes must be clean. I used to have to say something to one of my families all the time, and the mother, and it wasn't that they didn't have a washer or they didn't have money to clean clothes. The son was just lazy and didn't care to put on clean clothes, and the mother would try to get him to, and he would argue with her, and she couldn't handle him. So you better be able to handle your kids. Don't mean to sound ugly, but clean clothes. Shoes have to be worn. No slogans on clothing with profanity, immorality, racism, or hate speech. No pants below the waistline. No tank tops for boys. No bra straps showing unless it's a sports bra. Behavior. The speech should be no teasing, cursing, making fun, vulgarity, immoral or disrespectful words used. All our words are to encourage, heal, and help one another. So that means a lot of jokes have to be cut. You have to be respectful to authority. You have to obey the establishment rules. Respect other people's property. If we happen to have some couples that are dating and they're in our homeschool group and they're going on a field trip, no PDA at any school activities. Practice good manners and civilized behavior at all times. Good manners is important. And the jokes that everyone likes to play and crack on each other, that's a no-go either. The words need to edify and encourage. So like I said, if you want to, I know this sounds kind of harsh. A lot of schools have open enrollment, anything goes. But for this cover school, we're still going to glorify Christ. If you choose to utilize our tutoring, all of our teaching will come from a Christian worldview. So like I said, just contact me. $50 per year per family if you're interested in homeschooling under Rock Ministries, the Rock Christian Academy. Thank you.